Okay, let's see if it's working right now. Alright, everybody. I think we're on. Can you guys see me? Yeah, I could see myself, right? Hey, Raymond. Yay! We're live. You know, one day we should really make one of those opening that you know, like all the other live thingings. So and then I can play a live thingy so I know it's on, because I can't see myself right away. Are we hitting 50? Well, if we hit 50, we will do another questionnaire that has nothing to do with history for someone to win a cigar today. So, let me have my coffee. Oh my god, I'm staring at my coffee for like 20 minutes. Actually, more than that. And I just can't drink it, because I don't want to ruin it. Okay, so before I start the cigar for tonight, it's gonna be Aging Room. It's kind of hard to see, but M356II. Hi, Joseph. And hey, Glenn. And before we start this, let's talk about like the topic I want to talk about today, because the other day somebody was talking to me about it. You guys might know that my client visited me, and then we had a chat, and we talked about the correct way to light a cigar. And when I started this hobby, this one guy in the cigar lounge told me this. And here he says, there is no wrong way to lit your cigar, but there is only one right way to lit your cigar. All right? There's no wrong way to light your cigar, but there's only one way to light your cigar. Okay, so how do you guys light your cigar? Do you use a torch lighter? Do you use soft flame? Do you use spills? Do you use matches? Or just regular torch? You know, torch or soft flame? And if this one decides to work today, you know, this cigar lighter is so iffy. See, it's so iffy. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But so, what kind of method do you use to light your cigars? And we'll talk about it through, you know, from here on. So, torch is probably what majority people use, right? Torch. Because I have 3-4 torch lighters here, and they run out of gas so quickly. So, as the old man has told me, the guy probably smoked for like 30 years. He said the only right way to light your cigar is with a soft flame. Is with the soft flame. If you think about it, back in the day when the cigar was invented, there was no torch lighter. You're not gonna be able to torch your cigars. And if you go to like a high-end lounge, they use spills, right? When you buy a cigar, they give you cedar spills, and those flame comes up to be soft flame. So the really good way to light your cigar is actually with soft flame. We tend to use torch because it's much faster. It's more direct, and then you can heat up the part that you want to heat up, and that's why we all use torch. But torch actually is one of the reasons why you get uneven burns, because it gives a different temperature throughout the cigar. It actually heats it up too quickly. So I was told the best way to light your cigar, and the only right way, is with the soft flame. And again, that also get into the argument whether or not you have a right soft flame to go with it. So if you use your cedar spills, you got to do it quick, because it eventually burns your hand, right? And you can't use a regular lighter, which I actually do have it here. I use it sometimes when I run out. So we have these like regular lighters. it gives you a certain taste that you don't want. And if you use Zippos, it gives that you know, the burn fuel taste. So the cigar, the taste can actually last a little bit, David. So that's why in the end, I always go to the soft flame if I'm by myself, I'm not in a hurry. I would love to show you my usual lighter that I have from Davidoff, but I don't because I'm stupid and I tend to give my stuff away. So when I use it and guy says, hey, that looks great, I go, hey, take it. And yeah, I'm pretty stupid about that. And I don't have, I bought another one, but it hasn't got here yet, so I can't even show you guys. But it is a soft flame, and you'll find that like most high-end lighters that you use, you know, like in gentleman clubs and stuff like that, is gonna be soft flame. And the difference is that when you use these kind of lighter, like for example, the one that we all get from like that from Cigars Daily, this one, if you turn it out, the flame just goes higher, right? But the good one actually not just go higher, it goes wider. And some of them actually have two soft flames, two flame coming out like that, like a bunny ear. And those are the really good ones you light your cigars. So in honor of that, we will light my cigar today with soft flame. And why is this one doesn't want to close today? Why don't you want to behave? Come on. There we go. Yeah, nope, doesn't want to close. I don't know why. Never works good for me. But yeah, the dual flame from Cigars Daily is good, but it's so iffy. Sometimes it decides to work, sometimes it doesn't. Like today I had trouble closing it. And so let's go back to the and before that is, I know Joseph, right? Joseph, you're asking about 5 to 10 minute cigars, or 15-minute cigars, right? So I brought my small 5 to few minute cigars. First you have these. Let's see, let's get these. That's from, like, that's the cheapest you can probably find, I think. I get it from Cigars Daily. These are tiny. They are like 5 to 10 minute cigar, if anything. And this one I actually like. It's more has more flavor. I think Tim sells the silver and gold, and the gold one has more flavor. The silver one doesn't have nearly as much flavor, and they come pre-cut, so they're cut both sides. I think you can smoke either side. It doesn't matter. It looks like a joint. So there you go. They're like this. You can smoke either side. I think it works, but it's really like few minutes. And if you want it to be more cigar looking, and for me it will be these. These will probably add another 5 minutes to your cigar time, and they do have a cap that you have to cut, which is kind of annoying, but these are good. I love it. So if you want to be even more of a cigar flavor to it, you want these. All right. So I hope that answered your question, Joseph. These. Hi, Christina. By the way, if you guys don't know already, Christina is going to be holding the presidency for the Midwest chapter. So if you got a question that has something to do with Midwest chapter, go bother her. She would like to be bothered. And okay, let's get started with the cigars. So before the cigars, this is called the M356 II. I was told that it's not 2, even though it's supposed to be 2, but it's II. I don't know why. It's just called II. And I was told because the original one, M356, was a big hit, but the owner of the company did not want to compromise the taste and make another 356 that tastes any different. So he made 356 II. But that should be a 2, right? But doesn't want to admit it. I have no idea why. So this is supposed to be somewhat similar to it, but not as good. So we'll go with that. I smoked this before, but you know, I smoke a lot of cigars and often with friends. And during that time, I don't go like, you know, I don't go like, hey, let's say if I was sitting with David, I won't be like, David. This thing, cedar wood, pepper, medium body, dark chocolate. You know, when you're chatting, you're not gonna be like really look into the taste of any cigars. So all I remember is either good or bad, and you know, when I smoke them myself, and then I can really dig deeper into how they taste, because I don't have, you know, when you're chatting with a friend, you're not gonna say cedar, pepper, dark fruit, you know. So so I take this opportunity, you know, to talk with you guys, and then I will, because since I'm talking to myself to a camera and looking at the chat, it doesn't feel as weird to tell you what I taste in a cigar. So let's get an honest review on this thing. Hey Martin, I hope you have a cigar on you. Smells good. And iffy again. Here we go. I think this is a Habano wrapper. It smells like one. And inside should be Dominican filler and binder. So you're supposed to take your time on it. And this is why we end up using torch, because this will take 9 billion years. I get older. I'll get older as I do this. Like, I feel I'm getting older. And that's probably why we end up doing this. We're doing the torch process, because torch is more focused, so it actually is harder. But I'm told this actually gives a better aroma. I'm talking into the flame, so the flame keep going out. So it does, the toasting from soft flame smells so much better. You should try it some other time. It does smell better. Alright, and sometimes just gotta give a little bit more, and then we'll go. Alright. Very strong cedar and peppery to start off. Definitely at least a medium body. Very peppery. I feel it right away. So far, good cigar. So let's talk about this thing I want to talk about today. Everybody in this chat room somewhat likes Opus X, right? Last time we did an Opus X review. So today, my Davidoff guy contacted me and say this thing called Opus X, Opus 22 came out, and I almost bought it. It retails for like $1,240 or $1,250. I almost bought it. It looks amazing, but I don't know if I will actually. I don't know if it's justified for the price. But you know, I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. I want to show you guys how it looks like, just for a brief minute. All right, so this is how it looks like, and tell me that does not look good to you, because it looks absolutely awesome. That's not the box. That's the case that holds the box. All right, and then look at this. It opens up and has 4 cases in there, and it's got a variety of all the stick that they have for the year. And online about 900 something, and in retail shop is about 1250-ish. But this thing is just absolutely tickles my boat. This thing, I don't know. If I bought it, I probably would never ever smoke it. That's the problem, isn't it? That's the problem for me. I will probably never ever smoke it. So I can't buy it. I can't buy it. Yeah, 1250. It just looks so good though. It looks so good. So I don't know. I'm a person that just can't handle when they give a lot of gimmicky stuff, and I just want it. I want it like right away. I was like, oh man, I need that. So yeah, I almost bought it. I almost bought it. But after talking over and over again, even my Davidoff guy told me that, you know what, to be honest, you shouldn't buy it. I just want to show you. But it looks so good. It comes with like a certificate to tell you that this is authentic Opus X, and you only have $500 in the United States or something like that. I think there's 22 cigar, right? That's why it's called Opus 22. But some cigar in there are like $80, right? And some cigar in there are like $100. So if you calculate, it does kind of add up to that certain point. So far, just a few puff. Pepper is like very like first puff. It gets super like great amount of pepper, and then you get wood, some like cedar wood, really dark wood taste. Maybe a little bit of cocoa, and that's pretty much it. Hey Travis. Yeah, it's got a little bit of like hay, like a bitter taste to it, but it's not like bad. It's not bad taste to it. It's pretty good. Maybe a little coffee at the end too. It's actually not bad. Jonathan, are you new to this? You are, right? Like I see a few new subscriptions today, and I told every time since last show I'm telling people that when we hit a milestone on the subscribers, we will do a question to win a stick. So today I'm 19. Oh, I have 51. So today we will give away another cigar later on today. So stay tuned. I'll ask question at any given time. I don't know when. Who say I don't have golden teeth, David? Back in the day, the teeth filling, they are gold. So I do have gold in my teeth. Cool. Yeah, so I think majority of the cigar is gotta have tobacco woody taste as a base. So the key to learn this hobby is how to ignore that tobacco taste, to filter it out. Just ignore that taste. You'll find the other taste to it. You'll find all the other notes. So a lot of people they smoke for like months and months and months, and they will tell you that they don't taste anything, but it's not really because they couldn't taste anything. It's because they taste the tobacco first, and then they continue on and just didn't search for that flavor that's in it. So in the end, it's how you filter your taste, right? How you end up filtering your taste and pinpoint the flavor. That's like the how you kind of end up enjoy the hobby by being able to find it. How many cigars in total I have? I don't know. I fluctuate in thousands. I fluctuate in the thousands because right now I can tell you in my storage, there's just the storage for Christmas gifts. There's more than 300 cigars in there, 300 to 400 cigars in there. Just as like that's my overflow. So I have quite a bit, and I have a lot of places that I store cigars. So I actually don't know exactly how many I have. I don't even know what I have. So, but we have some people in the group, in the trading group especially, has some amazing, very nicely organized collections. So you'll find that if you're in this hobby long enough, thousands are not that crazy. Because first you feel a 200 count, and then you feel a 400 count, and then you feel you both 200 count and 400 count, and then next thing you know, you're in the thousands. So oh, that woody cigar. Yeah, I don't have that cigar. I wouldn't buy a cigar that I have no place to store. How am I gonna store that thing? There's no place to store that. You literally need a whole fridge and just stuck that, like, you know, vertically into it. I do rotate my cigars. I rotate and sort the cigars that I have stacked on every 4 or 5 days, maybe. Because when you have a lot of cigars and you take them out of the box, I do keep the box as much as I could, but then you get to a point where you don't have a place to store those boxes. You take them out. And when you take them out, they stack on top of each other, right? So the bottom one is taking all the weights from the top, and the part that's holding the weight is actually not taking in as much moisture. So you want to take it out and rotate so that it doesn't make an imprint. So if you imagine this, like box press, it's that shape because it was pressed into the box, holding that shape, right? So if you keep your cigar stacked for too long, they de-shape to another shape. So, and they don't burn evenly. So you want to make sure you do rotate your cigars. That way, they all burn good. Jonathan, I'm pretty sure, like, you know, when you got to that point, if you really need to, you could sell some, right? So, you know, think of it as an investment. I know people sell their boxes too. They smoke it, and then they have the box, that leftover box that looks good, and then they will put, you know, put on eBay and sell just the box. Even the factory that does box press rotates it, so all 4 sides are even. The hoodie is from, I believe, from Uniqlo. I had this 4, 5, maybe longer years. They're warm because my basement is cold. I don't have a big heater in my basement because, you know, it's just rotating my cigar smell all over the place. So I only have a small heater here, and they do get cold, so I just wear more. So, why everybody's smoking today? We're gonna make sure everyone is smoking something, right? I have, and I do have some. If you guys want me to smoke certain cigars and do a small, I mean, I personally, I don't know what I'm gonna smoke. I put my hand in there, grab whatever that's there, and I smoke it. So if no one is telling me what to smoke, I'll just grab a random stick out of the humidor. And this just happened to be the one that's right on top. I just pulled it out today. Well, it got sweeter. Got more mellow, sweeter, and it's got more like a floral, creamy taste to it. So In the beginning it's woodsy, and then it picks up with pepper, and then pepper disappears, and then the wood starts to tone down, and now it's more creamy. Maybe sucks. Nice. They're all good cigars. I traded away all my leaves by Oscar, so I don't have any more leaf by Oscar. I had to buy some more. Waiting. Waiting is the fun part. Waiting is always the fun part. And by Macanudo, my favorite coffee infused. The Macanudo Cafe is actually really good for me. I taste it. It doesn't taste like infused or anything. It's pretty good. Lighter though. You know, I will go get a Christmas hat the next time I can wear it. I just don't. I have too many hats, and they all look like this, just different color. Because too big, I look like a weird Asian cowboy. Too small, I look like, I don't know, bald. So this is just the way I wear it. What kind of cutter I use? My favorite cutter. I do have like, you know, like beginner cutters and all the other kind of cutter, but this is what I use. This Calibri is SV cutter, so the one side is V cut and the other side is S cut. It's well worth your investment. This thing lasts like forever. This thing is so like I dropped it like a billion times and still look like new. This thing, like if somebody robbed your house, you toss at them, they'll probably die. This is something good. This just don't ever let your wife get a hold of this, because if she knows she want to punish you, yeah, like that, you will probably, yeah. This is good. Okay, so in regards to storing boxes in my humidors, I keep them closed because the humidor, the boxes are made out of wood majority of the time, and the wood breathes. So you'll actually bring the moisture in there a little bit, and I usually what happens is I'll put a Boveda pack in there, close it, and then put it inside my humidor. So if the wood is not taking enough moisture, inside the Boveda pack is keeping them good. So usually that's how I do it. And when I rotate, I check the Boveda pack and, you know, put a new one in there or what say, you know. That's how I do it. I like to keep the box as long as I possibly could until I probably had like one stick in the box, and I'll take it out the box and put the box away. The double cutter is not expensive. I think they retails for $70 something, and if you want like this kind of color, they probably add like a 10 to 20 bucks. But this thing will be like the last cutter you ever had to buy, like seriously. So if you gotta use the cutter, use this one. The cutter, you can get it from Calibri.com. You can probably find it in majority of the lounge. Majority of the lounge will have at least a Calibri S or V cut. If not, you can always try Amazon. I'm pretty sure Amazon has it. Hey, Angelo. You know, everybody knows I love coffins. I don't know why. Why am I like a sucker for that kind of stuff? I love coffin cigars. I don't know why. I'm just keeping it as for looks. I don't even smoke the stuff inside. I don't know why. But man. So which Camacho coffin did you get? All right, are we going to fighting this? Are we going to fight about this, David? So for that, I actually called up a cellophane manufacturer. Okay, I actually called up a cellophane manufacturer and asked them what happens if beetles eat there. And then what I was told is this, okay? Ready? Have a cellophane on your cigar will not stop a beetle from eating through the cellophane. But the beetle will eventually die. Eventually. I asked how long. It says between 2 to 3 days. So it's some truth in one side and something to another side. So they don't die immediately. They will like rage through all your cigars and eventually die. So yes, it will help you prevent the spread of beetles, but it will not kill them immediately. How do you stop them? If you want, you can always say, simply say, freeze your cigar every time you get it. If you freeze your cigar every time you get it, you can prevent that. And just keep everything. You know, nothing is 100%. Right? Even the humidor at 70 can still have mold. It does not add flavor. In fact, it actually hinders flavor. It's a mean of protection, but it doesn't add any flavor. It does hold back a little bit of the aging process. So if you do use it, it does hold it back a little bit. But if you're going to keep your cigar for like 5-10 years, it doesn't make that much of a difference in terms of like how much you hold back this the flavor and all that stuff. So I'm just reading the message now, and yeah, so that fight is win or lose both sides, because there's some truth in it. I mean, I watched the videos, but this one guy just won't let off. He's the rep, so he's definitely right. But the only way to find out, I figured, it was to call a manufacturer, and I called out the manufacturer, and they thought I was crazy asking that question, and they asked around, and then the guy from their factory says that's what it is. The beetles will not be able to digest. In fact, human can't even digest it. So what they do is they'll eat it, they'll get full, and eventually they will die. But before they get full, they'll keep eating through it. And they say that the beetle will eat through your box if you keep it in the box, and the beetle is completely unprotected. There's no cellophane. You'll eat through your cigar first, and then you'll eat through your box. So cellophane all the way. I'll still put a cellophane. Keep them in cellophane if I could. I mean, one of the good things about cellophane is it does protect a little bit, right? It takes them more time to eat through it. If you have one cigar that's moldy, it protects it a little bit. So, do you want to keep your cigar in cellophane? Sure. I mean, we can't stop every problem, right? Like I said earlier in one of the posts, if you buy enough vegetable, you gotta get one that's bad, right? You buy a whole sack of potatoes, you gotta have one that's bad eventually. So, just how you want to protect it. It is a high-end investment in per se. You buy a lot, so to protect it a little bit, even a little bit, is better than nothing. David, how does that have to do with anything? What? I have never had a beetle in my cigar so far, so I really can't tell from experience. So I really can't tell you by experience how it tastes like, because our cigar might or might not have the egg in there. So technically, you're already smoking a beetle flavored cigar somewhere. You never know. I mean, if we take out a whole tray of beetle eggs, it might taste like that might be the cocoa taste that you're tasting. Take it out, never taste cocoa again. So it might be the flavor of thing, you know. As Asian that eats everything, some bug tastes sweet. But I like to vacuum pack my cigars. If I receive a cigar on a 80-degree day, I will vacuum pack them for a few days before I take it out. So just so that there's nothing developing there, it kind of give it a chance to cool down without air. Mold can still develop with the absence of air. In a way, they only need a little bit air. So when you vacuum pack, it leaves just a little bit air, and it doesn't do all that good job. So you know, it's like some prevention is better than none. So I vacuum pack them, make sure nothing grows out of it, and then I'll take it out after a few days when the temperature cool down enough. Jonathan, for the chapters, basically, I mean, technically Chris can probably give you a better explanation, but what it is we divide each region to a smaller group, and eventually we might divide to even smaller group. And the point is that it's easier to organize and keep everybody, you know, in one section together. So when we organize meetings, like for example, we have one coming up in the Northeast, right near New York, to meet, and then everybody around that area that can make it can all go, right? But by divided into smaller portions, now it'll be more effective for me to tell these bunch of people this event is coming up, because you know it will be kind of useless for me to tell someone from Texas that New York is going to have an event, and basically the president will be organizing the event. Or if anybody else want to organize an event, the president could help, well, not help, to organize these things. It's purely out of you know, volunteer basis. You know, try to make this hobby better for everybody. So you know, it doesn't cost you anything. If the chapter has chapter dues, I'm pretty sure we will meet at least once a year. Booked out a lounge and have cigar for everybody. But we don't have dues, so for now it's just that. We did. I sent one out. So 2 is supposed to post what they received. I'm not sure if they did. We will have to follow up on that one. Condom is not 100%. And that statement is totally true. It's true. It's 99.7%. But I don't even know how they get the 0.7%. To be honest, condom should be 100%, but you get that 0.3% is because somebody poked a hole in it. Did you know some people actually do that? In Asia, a lot of women poke holes in their own condoms because they want to have kids, and the husband always don't want to have kids, so they poke holes. I'm surprised that works, but it does. There was a big thing about someone working in the factory poking hole every so often because he was afraid that the human race is gonna be gone if we keep using this product. So this person actually worked in a condom factory, and he'll poke hole every so often. And he got arrested now, but I don't know if people still do it. So that's why the company always had to say condom is not 100% because somebody will make a hole or a defective. I still don't understand the anti-vaxxers, so those people need to get further educated about what vaccination is. is a bacteria that's dead, wrapped in protein. So your body attacks it as if it's alive, and you learn that bacteria and never have that again. So it's not like it's some sort of chemical or anything. It's just dead virus. I don't know. Some people just don't believe it. But I personally believe in vaccination. It's like a double-edged sword. I know dog vaccination has chemical in it, so they don't last forever. What happens is you do every year or 2 years on the vaccination that they receive, and have a good night, Christina. And the dog actually has shorter life span when they use vaccination. That's true. But for humans, totally different. Humans actually, like, once you get a vaccination, you don't really need it anymore. All right, we're halfway through. It's all floral and wood, but it's very, very pleasing. I think the cigar is about $8 to $9, and it's a really good $8, $9 cigar. And compared to the other side that I smoked, this is really good. This, I give it, it's worth the $8, $9. Yeah, so David, basically for human, right? The vaccine itself has no chemical other than protein. It's either in saline water or protein. That's how it's made. For human being, it does not need another chemical to trigger a response. We just simply have a response just for having a dead bacteria in our body. So if you look into vaccinations, that's what vaccines created. It's basically a bacteria that's killed in high temperature, wrapped in protein. Oh, in terms of the price, it's definitely better than Atabey. I don't see what's the big thing about Atabey. I smoked it. I didn't like it. It relights really bad. But that's just for me. Some people might have better experience than me. I thought, like, I have a great expectation for it because the stick price, but it did not deliver for me. It might be good for someone else, just not for me. Just not for me. But good stick. It holds a good ash too. The cedar taste is really good, and there's a little bit cocoa taste to it. That could be the egg, but cocoa taste is good. Floral taste comes after. The pepper is only the first few puff. It goes away. Either you get used to it or it just goes away. So unfortunately for me, it wasn't. I didn't want to bash any cigars in that kind of price range, but it wasn't that good. One thing I don't trust is flu shots. Flu shots are completely useless. I can tell you that. It's better to get a flu ahead of time and not get flu for the rest of the season than getting a flu shot. That's just my opinion. But again, you could die from flu, so. David, I love to read the medical journal too. Are you part of the because I do a lot of research for PhDs. I have a few friends that always ask me for opinions. So I read a lot of medical journals. And yeah, I mean, but then if you read the medical journals, a lot of them has a really small sample size as well. You had to know that whoever pays for the research can sway the cherry picking documentation and the results as well. So we have a really messed up system when it comes to that. So use at your own discretion. I think for kids and baby, something like measles and stuff like that, you should get a flu shot. You should get a vaccine shot just in case, right? Just in case. Now, Playboy is all right. So let's go to like a semi 18-year-old conversation. Playboy is not. It has good editorials. I have to tell you, it has good editorials, but I never find the woman on there attractive. So I don't know. Does people like to see just spread of woman naked? You know, I do have one issue of Playboy that I kept. That was the one with Simpsons, Marge Simpson on the cover. I figured that has like a collection value, so I bought it. Jenna? Where's Jenna? Where did you see Jenna? I saw Cat earlier. Cat, you still here? Cat is being quiet because I saw Cat earlier and Cat was just being quiet. She might be lurking though. Alright, see? Rule number 1 is never give out where you go look for your porn. Rule number 1, we don't talk about Pornhub. Rule number 2, we don't talk about Pornhub. Rule number 3, we don't talk about Pornhub. You know, there might be some kids that's gonna end up coming here and they gotta learn about Pornhub. Let them Google that. Now they all know. Oh, okay, that's what it is. I didn't even see you, Jenna. So Jenna, you were asking about this cigar earlier on the group. So I can tell you it's peppery the first few puffs. It's really peppery. And then after that it's woodsy. And the wood kind of settle down, it become more floral and creamy taste. It is Dominican, so you gotta get the slightly nutty, creamy taste to it. And if you ask me, is it worth a try? It's definitely worth to try that. It's definitely worth to try that stick. For the price, I will keep a few, if I were you. You know, recently I've been very amazed by Russians because a lot of Chinese people have Russian wives. And they are super beautiful, and that's number 1. Super beautiful. Number 2, they can speak Chinese with like slang and accent. They're that good. I mean, I'm actually amazed by their language skills. So if you don't have a wife, Russian woman, super hot. And they do a good job in housework and stuff too. Not try to belittle them or anything. They just better than a lot of Asian women. Now in the beginning, you can feel it. You can feel the tingly a little bit, but it goes away really quickly. After a few puffs, it's gone. So I think just when you light it, you can taste it a little bit, but after that, no. So I think it's from the Habano wrapper from outside in the beginning, but it goes away. It gets sweeter too. A little bit sweet towards the middle, so I'm like halfway through. Towards the middle, it gets sweet. Really good stick. It is medium. It is medium bodied, so for those people that hasn't got used to their light cigars, they want to be careful on this. I do usually have sweets around me just in case, because you know the amount of food I eat is not always constant, so I always keep something sweet around you when you get dizzy and stuff. Chow down something sweet. Today my sweet of choice is cookies, but haven't got there yet, so we'll go from there. So, what cigar should I give out today? Since we have quite a bit of new subscribers, For those people that are lurking around and just looking at the video, make sure you open the chat and get ready to throw in the answer. For those that's not in the group already, you must be 21 or older to play this. I don't want to get in trouble for this. 21 or older to play this. If you're not 21, don't tell me. Just tell me you're 21. Alright? Can't send you a cigar if you're not 21. I have, Cat. I actually have one in the humidor somewhere. Japanese is hard. Japanese is a lot harder than you think. You can pronounce it, but the grammar is hard. I don't have an Atabey to give out. I can tell you that was my first Atabey. It could be my last. Nothing wrong with Atabey. If I had Atabey right now, I'd probably trade it out. So Korean is easy to learn, but the grammar is hard as well. Korean, if you just learn the alphabet, which is easy because they are just one vowel away. So you have the vowel, the sound, and then you have the character noise. So first thing you have to learn is the a, ya, o, yo, u, 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 i. If you learn those, you already have half done. Just the noise. And then you have the ga, ki, the noise that goes with it to create a word. It's actually not hard. Learning Korean is fun. Try that. So, blue sky, blue scoop. You say, Boku wa Empis desu. Empis, is that your like a name? Or are you talking about Empis, which is like a pen? This is yes, but it's also the wrong grammar. It's not polite enough. So you actually had to put more. David, if I was to charge you for my advice, yeah, I'll have to have all your cigars. I traded away all my ligas, so I don't have any more ligas. By the way, before we run this thing, I had to look for a question that you asked for you guys. But if anybody don't know, I want to have some shameless plug for Martin. Martin does have his own channel. He makes videos. He makes good videos. If you see him post some stuff, he changed his name to review now. I mean Martin. Darn it. So I wanted to give the right information. Hold on a second. So Martin Amaya Cigar Review is what his name is. So look him up if you want to add him, to follow him. He have good videos. He's been challenging other people. So Martin's the man. Again, David, that's correct. People will understand you, but they will know you're a foreigner right away because of the grammar. So okay, let's look for a question that I can give out a cigar for. Has everybody in this chat room tried Filthy Viking yet? David, that's good enough to travel. If you just want to go out and tell people your name, that's good enough to travel. Okay. Is lingo like apple? Like you tried to say apple, right? You want to eat apple? Okay, so let's see. We can give away. Let's give away a Viking and a mystery cigar today. And the rule is president cannot win. Just so you know, the presidents don't give out answers. I can give away a Davidoff. You guys want me to give away a Davidoff? I could give away a Davidoff. David, you cannot eat on the train. If you eat on the train, you'll get your head bitched out at you. You do not want to eat on the train. You will get bitched out. Oh. I taste something else. I can't tell what it is. Some sort of fruit. Near the end, it gets fruity, so some sort of fruit. David, you should still play, and I will try to ignore your answer. How's that? How about this? Once we hit 60 subscribers, I'll give away a Davidoff. So try to get people to subscribe to this channel. We need 9 more. If we hit 9 more, I'll give a Davidoff out. If not, I'll give some mystery one. I don't know. How is that? Davidoff does get pricey. I don't mind to give it out. Let's make a milestone and I'll give it out. So today we're at 51. Let's run it at 10:15. Hold on. I'm looking for a question that I can ask you guys. That's got to be worthy. Nothing about history, and now that I know, David probably have his history Google on. That's disgusting. Who wrote these questions? That's a good one. Okay. Well, kind of history. Darn it. That's kind of history. But that's a good one. So right now I have 51. Do you guys want to wait to see if you hit 60 today, or shall we just go ahead with it? Shall we just get with it today? Now, if you want to go grab some people and join to get 60, we'll give away Davidoff. If we don't, we'll give away some other stuff. I mean, still early. I'll probably do it until 11, so 2 hours, I think that's good. But depends on how many people have time. Okay, all right, let's do this. The question today is, there's one thing Abraham Lincoln has never done on a photograph. What is it? Hey, Factory Rat Garage. That name sounds familiar. Who's this? Factory Rat Garage. Who are you? So the question today is, there's one thing Abraham Lincoln does not do on his photographs. What is it? All right, Factory Rock Garage has won today's questionnaire. Factory Rock Garage, can you PM me? Factory Rock Garage, can you PM me, please? Send me a message so I know who you are and where to send that thing to. Do you guys want a second place? Hold on a second. Elvis. Elvis Preston, is it you? Because if it's Elvis Preston, I have your address. I can just send it to you. I'll think about it. In a few minutes, if I feel like it, I'll give another one out. We'll ask another question. That's you. All right. I have your address. I'll send it out the next time I decide to go to USPS. I hate USPS. Let's just make this official. I officially hate USPS. I've been there too often. I've been there more than I go to McDonald's. That's a problem. That is a big problem. All right, I might do a second question later on, or I'll give out a random stick. So yeah, just heads up. So every time we do this live, if we hit the next like 10, so right now we're at 51, right? If we hit 60, I'll give another one out. If not, we'll continue not give anything out until we hit the next 10, next 10, next 10, next 10. All right, so we'll do that way. That way I won't run out of cigar too soon. Have a good night, Jonathan. Bye, Jenna. So let's see. You know, it's literally across the street. I'm not even kidding. It's literally across the street from USPS over here. And there's always a line. I have thousands of cigars, but if I give out 2, 3 every episode, every twice a day, twice a week, I'll run out quicker than I smoke them. Plus, then you'll have to get more expensive because I think I have more expensive cigars than the cheaper cigars. Have a good night, David. So let's check out how many people are actually still on. Do 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 do. The feed right now. That's gotta be a way to check how many people is on it, right? You know, McDonald's start using their automated system now. They only have one cash register, and they have like 6 of those automated things that you have to press it yourself while you want to order. And because of that, they get more busy because now people are just waiting in line trying to order stuff on this really hard to use thing. So I actually don't like to go to McDonald's. I mean, you could make McDonald's stuff yourself. It's just convenient that you don't have to do it yourself. 16? Good. We have 16 people. So we have a lot of people lurking. Let's talk about something educational. So in the beginning, we talk about lighting your cigars with soft flame is the best way to light. It's like so far you can see my cigar stay on pretty good because the soft flame actually goes in a little bit more than the torch. The torch is surface. If you have ever eaten creme brulee before, they torch the top, right? The bottom never gets burned, just the sugar gets burned because the torch is actually very focused, but it doesn't heat up the whole thing that well. So when you do a soft flame, you can see the cigar lights up really nicely, big fire, but it's not as hot as the torch. So if you want to have a good flavor, a consistent burn, you want to do soft flame. Is that the new one? You know, this one that get me because of packaging. I'm actually thinking to order it. From Cigars Daily, the new one that they're carrying is the Southern Draw. I can't pronounce that thing. Cigars? That one has that container that I want. I don't know. I might buy it just because the container. I kind of want to buy it just for that container. And I also prefer BK over McDonald's because they actually give you the burger. They don't give you something like this size. They give you something like this size. That, you know, that a triple Whopper and a Whopper Junior can probably get me full. If I was to eat Big Mac, I'll have to eat like 4 or 5 Big Macs just to get full. So I do like BK. But if you do care, it's not a big deal, but if you do care, McDonald's has better ketchup than BK. Now all ketchup tastes the same. Different store tastes different. So yeah, I mean, it's only 107 for 10, a box of 10. That's actually not bad. Don't light your cigar with Zippo. You gotta taste the fuel if you do that. I've tried it before. It actually tastes the fuel. If you gotta use Zippo, use a spill. So light the spill and then use the spill. Don't light it directly with a Zippo. You will taste that fuel thingy. Also, the match. Don't use the regular match. If you go to a lounge, they give you a lounge match. The reason why you want to use lounge match is because they are not the same. See that? It's not the same. These don't have that much taste to it. This actually burns clean. And it's much longer, so you won't burn your finger while you're at it. If you use like a regular match the size of like this big, you gotta burn your hand by the time you finish toasting. So I always use the match they give it to you in the lounge. If you ask, they'll always give it to you. If you go to the lounge, if you buy a cigar, you can ask them for matches. You want it this long. All right. Comparison is about like a 4 finger length, so it's actually pretty long. You want to use these. Let me show you a sample. So that one was from Davidoff as well. So when I go buy cigars, if I order cigar, they always give me these long matches. So you want to use these. Who had the best French fries? Five Guys. Five Guys has the best French fries. Look at this smoke output. This is good. It gets to be really, really sweet cedar at the end. It's really, really good. So I like Five Guys French fries, especially those Cajun fries. Oh my god, those things are evil, evil. Now if you have Five Guys fries and soggy, then your Five Guys is not doing it correctly. They drain it. They put those Cajun stuff. Oh my god, now I want to eat it. LFD Airbender. Homemade fries is good. You know, I really love those steak fries. I don't know. The steak fries are good too, but then you can't get it from fast food joint. The steak fries, the really good steak fries. Hey Martin, I was talking about I was plugging your channel. So would you like to just put in the link for your channel so that people can know? Because I know you just recently decided to go full on that one. So if anybody don't know already, I'm gonna say a billion times, people's gonna hate me for this. But Martin has his own channel. He have cigar reviews, and they're quite interesting. So if you wanna look up some information, learn some little things here and there, try Martin's channel. He reviews some cigars as well. Lucian Bo, I definitely have them. I love them a lot. That's why I buy boxes after boxes after boxes. But I don't know, every time I buy them, people end up trading them, so I end up giving them away and then I had to move for my boxes. Yes, for the money, Five Guys does give a lot of fries. They will top off your fries. They will put a bag, put the fry in there, and they will dump more fries. The whole bag will be fries, as if those fries are free. They are so good. You have to, if you haven't tried Five Guys fries, you have to try it, and they didn't even pay me to say this. We don't have Red Robin here, so I think I ate Red Robin once, and it wasn't that good for me. Where I went, I went to Red Robin, either Georgia or California. My friend just told me to go, and then it wasn't that good. Just be sure you have a good meal before you have a Lucian Bowl. It is a medium to full body cigar, and it burns really heavy at the end. So the string really picks up at the end because the way it's rolled. It's so concentrated at the end. Five Guys is the bomb. I love it. Except their hamburger tastes so good, but it's so tiny. But their fries, definitely worth the money. Their fries worth the money in any day of the week. You know, one of the restaurants I don't get is Popeyes. Any of you eat at Popeye before? We ate at Popeye twice. I'll give it like chance twice, and twice we had bad experience. It just doesn't taste good. But people love it. I don't understand. It's always full. See how, like, so far this cigar burns really, really well. Love it. Love it. I mean, would I buy a box of this? Probably not. But would I keep 3 or 4 of these in the humidor? I would. See, Martin knows what I'm talking about. It's they don't, number one, they don't care, and number two, their food isn't that good. Like, okay, Wendy's, they might not care either, but their foods are not bad. I actually like to eat Wendy's. Like, you know, I can get the salad and stuff on the side. It's actually really, really good. But Popeye just, their fried stuff just not good, right? They proud themselves on like seafood and fried stuff. They're just not good. They're just not good. Just not good. I don't know. Fast food, I love fast food. It just gotta be a good one, you know. Just McDonald's start to get really bad as it goes, and then Burger King it gets dull. Wendy is good, but the customer service. Oh, you know what's really good? Chick-fil-A is really really good. I support Chick-fil-A, and their company ethic is such a nice thing, you know. Close on Sundays, that's the way to do it. I hate it when they close on Sunday, but it's good to have, you know, for fast food, it's really busy. So having the day off is actually really nice. Chick-fil-A is good. Except I like beef, but Chick-fil-A is good. Hey, Jonathan, you made it. Are you on the way home? Chick-fil-A is awesome, and the way they treat little kids are so good. I go to eat there all the time. Like I eat in their, you know, their tables. They bring the food to you sometimes, and it's really nice, right? And they have this cow walking around to make the kids happy, and they give them free toys. That's awesome for any corporation to do that. I actually think they're really, 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 really good. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. McDonald's used to have a place for the kids to play. Now I can't even find one with a playground for the kids to play anymore. So I still see that in Chick-fil-A. They have a playground. Awesome, awesome, awesome. If I have kids, I bring them there all the time because, you know, chicken is not that bad compared to, you know, hamburgers. But Chick-fil-A, one good thing. Chipotle, I prefer, what's the other one called? Shoot, what is the other one called? That's not Chick-fil-A. That's not Chipotle. There was another one that served the same thing, but it's not Chipotle. For our region of people, we kind of get afraid to eat Chipotle because they had a salmonella issue before. They closed their stores. Qdoba is a sandwich, right? I used to like Qdoba too. They toast their thing through a conveyor belt. It's actually really good. But we don't have that here anymore. Like all the one that closed down. You know what we have a lot of I didn't like? Subway. Subway we have too many of right now. But I do like to eat Subway. It's just too many of them. I see it everywhere. Chili's, I used to like it when I'm much younger. And then as you get older and eat better stuff, you realize that they kind of cheap out on their stuff. So I did not like Moe's. We have one Moe's very far away from me, near my hometown, in Waltham. But I went there one time and that's it. That was it. What is the competitor of Chipotle? Chipotle. What is that thing called? Shoot. I can't remember the name. There was another one. What is it called? Not Boloco either. It's another one. Hamburger Shake Shack is pretty good too. I like to go to Shake Shack. They're pretty good. Subway is just like, it's like gambling almost. Some Subway are good, some Subway are bad. I love mayo. That's the problem. Nay, I love mayo. Like when I go there, I get white bread, not toasted, extra mayo, and just tuna. I can eat that all day. I don't know. Extra mayo. Mayo is it. Mayo is the fat of life. How about this? Since we're talking about food, what is your favorite food to eat after you had a smoke? Because after I smoke, I get hungry. So after smoke, what would be your favorite snack to have? What is your favorite food after you had a smoke? Oh yeah, you kind of missed the first one. I might do another one, Martin. I might do another one. Martin, I should just send you a cigar so you can do reviews on it. Tacos, grilled cheese, pizza, tuna sandwich with lots of pickles, amazing. I agree, but they sometimes get too, it depends on the pickle. Beef jerky. Well, I eat before I smoke too, but I realize that after I smoke, I get hungry. I don't know. Cheese Danish. Oh, that sounds really good. It's quick too. Meat and cheese tray. Someone's going fancy. Meat and cheese tray. What's your favorite cheese? Martin, why don't you PM me later and tell me what cigar you would like to review that you don't have, and we'll go with that. Steak, like that's a typo, right? Like meat, beef steak. That's too much work. Like, imagine at 11 o'clock at night I'm cooking up a steak. Chocolate, I think, is pretty universal. I think a lot of people have chocolate while they're smoking. Talk about it. I had a big meal just to have this smoke, and then I'm hungry right now. It's true. There's so many cheese out there. I don't understand those people that can, like, the expert of cheese plates. They'll go to a fancy restaurant, they'll order a cheese plate, and they probably have like 10 different cheese from like 10 different regions, and those people can tell exactly what it is. It's like, I thought you ate this for the very first time and you can tell me what kind of cheese that is? That's crazy. Jonathan, I didn't send you one already? I thought I sent you one already. Sharp cheddar. I find myself liking those semi-soft cheese, not the crumbly cheese or like a hard cheese. Like, had to be like the plastic-ish. You can bend it, but it won't break, and it's easier to cut. Because the crumbly cheese, like you try to cut it, it just falls apart, and it's like you end up having to pick it up, just lick the plate, man. There definitely is. China mix plastic into their cheese. There's a good question, now that you mentioned it. Do you or do you not eat steak cooked with butter? Glenn, you might have to wait a little bit because I sent it out on Saturday. So Sunday it doesn't ship. Monday is moving. Tuesday, Wednesday. You probably get it tomorrow, if anything. If not, I'll look up the tracking number again. So the question is, do you sear your steak with or without butter? I had a long, like 2 hour long conversation with one of my friends why he says the butter ruins the taste of the steak. Butter ruins the taste of the steak. Martin, you need to try it. So when you sear the steak, when it's almost done, you put a piece of butter, let it melt on top, then take it out, let it rest. I think with butter is great. Some people will use absolutely no fat, like no oil, nothing. They say it will ruin the taste. And I had like a whole hour of argument why you should use butter. And they will tell me that butter changed the taste of the steak. I said, well, do you know that butter came from milk, which is produced by a cow? Right? You have to melt the butter at the end when you're resting. That's when the butter really covers it up. If you start with the butter and then put the steak on top, the butter's gonna burn and it's not gonna taste good. But definitely you wanna, I think I like with the butter. I think I like butter. I might not put garlic though. Depends on what I'm doing next. Hey Brad, when did you come in? Rosemary gives a steak a really good aroma, but I think sometimes rosemary will take away the flavor of the steak. Well, it depends on what kind of steak that you use. You know what is amazing on top of a steak? You will never think of this, but if you put coffee ground on top of steak before you sear it, it tastes super good. Coffee grounds. Just sprinkle a little bit on the steak and then go sear it. The butter actually gets absorbed into the steak itself and it makes it softer because you don't want the steak to be dry, right? Number one, you don't want to overcook your steak. Number two, you don't want your steak to be dry. So when you put butter at the end, it kind of coats it. Really nice glaze. And it also helps to balance the temperature. In my opinion, that is. Like, I love to eat steak. I eat some serious steak, but... And prime rib. Oh my god. Prime rib. Prime rib. Prime rib. Coffee grounds. Surprisingly, I ate one with a coffee ground. It was good. Alright, nearly the end, the pepper came back. So now it's kind of spicy. I heard about that. Jelly on the sausage McMuffin is like a hidden menu or something like that. You can get hidden menus in certain fast food places. There's a hidden drinks in Starbucks. For a while, it was like a big thing where everybody will order the hidden drinks or hidden menus or hidden food in certain places. People with the ketogenic diet has hidden menus as well. Ah, coffee. Coffee. You know, after this, I'm gonna have a ramen. I'm gonna have some food. I need some food later. Like, talking about food makes me want to eat more. And I don't care if it drives me fat. I'm gonna eat it. Winter time, I don't care how fat I get. And my ash just fell. And I just ate a piece. What is a milk steak? Milk steak. It's just like milk and steak. Oh, I got a good conversation this thing. The other day, my wife asked me this question, okay? And I want to see what you guys' opinion is. Is cereal a soup? Is cereal a soup? Do you guys think a cereal is soup? The other day I was playing a video game, and all of a sudden my wife just comes like, "Did you know cereal is a soup?" I was like, "Not really. How can cereal be a soup?" And then she gave me the definition of soup is basically liquidy food, right? And then I argue that you can eat cereal without milk. Right? If you eat cereal without milk, technically it's not soup. Milk is a condiment, right? Technically, you can drink milk and not put cereal in there. You can eat it separately. You just wanted to put it together, right? So if you eat rice with a soup on the side, is rice a soup? But they want to argue that cereal is a soup because you had to put it inside the milk. Okay, this last little bit gets really peppery. But that's what it is, though. A soup is technically solid in the liquid, right? So if you have, like, I don't know, chowder or something like that, corn chowder, it's solid corn in a soup of liquid. Because you can have cold soup. That's the thing. So that justify the notion that it's a soup because it's milk. You can technically use milk as a broth. All those people had never eat hot pot before. You can cook seafood inside a milk broth and heat it up, cook it, like in soybean milk or just regular milk. It tastes creamy. It's actually really, really good. But you know, the argument is whether or not cereal is a soup, right? So I guess you can eat cereal as dry, so technically cereal is not food, right? It's not soup because you can just get a box of Lucky Charm and just chow down Lucky Charm without it, right? And tomato is soup, right? Oh, actually no, ground up tomato cooked is a soup. Tomato itself is not, right? Tomato itself is a fruit. So yeah, that argument actually lasts me quite a bit. So egg drop soup is so easy. Chicken broth and just put egg on starch water into it so it thickens and put egg in there. That's it. And if you eat in a restaurant, they put yellow 12 food coloring. Miso soup. Don't put anything in miso soup, please. If you gotta put miso soup, the only few things that should be in there is seaweed, tofu, bonito flake, scallion, or fish, or radish or daikon. Don't put anything else in there. Mushroom does not belong in the miso soup. If you actually put mushroom, you have to put pork, which is not called miso anymore. It's called tongjiru. It's a pork soup. Tongjiru. It has vegetable and pork. Oh, it's starting to get hot. So I think that's a good question to start like a conversation when you get to your next gathering or something like that. Reminder, we do have an event in New York, December 8th. December 8th, we have an event in New York. Right in Davidoff, 6th Avenue. It's right near the Central Park. They're expecting us. All right, if you can show up, definitely show up. Ooh. Man, I want food so bad right now. Next time, we should start a live event with a steak already cooked on the side. That way I can have some. Let's see. Should I look up another question and do it? It's gotta be hard to be able to dine and smoke a cigar. And I haven't found a restaurant that allow me to do that, except like a bar joint, and you have to sit outside. You know what I wanted to do? I want to go hang out at Cigars Daily and order like a large order of chicken wing and just eat chicken wing and smoke cigar in there. That would be nice. It would be pretty dirty, but it would good. It would be good. A5 Wagyu, yes, definitely. A5 Wagyu is like a standard food in Japan almost. Glenn's on January. Do you have an exact date yet, Glenn? I'll write that down just so I can remind everybody next time. With the multi crystal, yeah. It was Elvis. There's a misunderstanding that A5 Wagyu is expensive. It's not. You can eat A5 Wagyu, at least in Japan, certain places all you can eat for like 50 bucks. Or 60. Some places are 40. All you can eat A5 Wagyu 2 hours for like 40 to 50 bucks. A5 Wagyu is not that expensive. Hey, so here's the thing. I am going to China soon. And this time, when I go to China, I'm gonna pick up some Chinese cigars to try. I have never tried a Chinese cigar just because Chinese stuff scares me. But I'm gonna pick up a Chinese cigar. Do you guys want to know how it smokes, or you guys have no interest whatsoever? There's one brand that started out when Mao Zedong was the president, and it's quite a premium price. Believe it or not, they're like $20 to $40 range cigars. So I'm thinking to pick that up next time I go, sometime soon, to see a few clients and my friends there. So that's what I'm planning to pick up next time. And yeah, Chinese cigars. China make their own cigars. So yeah, when I get it, I'll show it to you guys. They are quite expensive. I could do a review on it. I'll probably trade some here too, but you won't be able to buy it though. It's even more rare than Cuban cigars because you can only buy in China. They don't sell it anywhere else but China. Apparently they're really good. They're like government backed. I was told everywhere in China that sells cigar will have it. I was told that also the airport has it inside the tax-free shop. So I definitely want to pick that up this time. I usually ignore it. When I go to China, I don't buy cigars because they tax you like crazy, and the way they calculate the cigars are very high. It's a very high-end thing in China. You don't see people smoking cigars. They're more popular with cigarillos, or cigarettes. In China, if you buy it, you buy cigarette because they're so expensive. So this time when I go, since somebody mentioned it a while back, so I'll go pick it up. You're absolutely right. Time for some water. Oh, this water tastes bad. It's been a few days. Anyways, yeah, that's what I plan to do, and stay tuned on that one. Maybe I'll give one away. I will give one away when we hit enough people. So that will be fun. That will definitely be fun. Chinese cigars. How many of you think that I should drag Tim to be on one of these live things? I really want to just tell him to come one of these live things around our time, obviously. I can make it slightly later. But the question is, what topic should we talk about? Something that's different. So that he's not just chatting about food. What do you guys think? So aside from hanging out bi-weekly, so every Wednesday and Saturday, we should totally drag Tim to be on this. Chat with us for like an hour or two. I think that'll be fun, right? Because I know that when he's on his show on Sundays, he have a mission to sell cigars, right? He want to do reviews and do all that stuff, and for him to be able to just chat with us, I think that would be pretty cool because he usually doesn't do that. Just simply chat, right? He have a subject that he want to talk about. So we should drag him on a Skype or something. That would be fun, right? That would be fun. It will be the day where we chat about absolutely nothing. Promise this though. As soon he gets up there, like as soon as we get him up, everybody should type mouthfeel. Just wash the chat room with mouthfeel. Let's do that. So when he's on, as soon as he says hello everybody, we should all fill up the chat room with mouthfeel. Hashtag mouthfeel. I think that'll be fun. Let's do one of those. Google Chat. You mean the one that we tested out the other day, Chris? The Hangout? Right? Let's do that. Just so he's like, what the hell? Mouthfeel everywhere. Timtastic and mouthfeel. Hashtag that. When we're done with the chat, let's go fill up the group with a post. Ask Tim to be on one of these lives. Alright, guys. After we're done here, go make a post as in the Cigar Daily Nation, ask Tim to be one of these live thingy. Hashtag Timtastic, hashtag mouthfeel. And I'll set it up. That'll be fun. That'll be fun to do. Sam, as you stay with the group longer, you'll find out that Tim hits a few things, and of all the thing that he hates is the term mouthfeel, because a lot of people describe things with mouthfeel and he just doesn't like it. That's what we should be doing. Chris, I can PM him. I can private message him, but I want him to see how many people actually want him to be on this. Because we all just here having fun, right? We're just chatting about random stuff, from cigars all the way to food, all the way to Pornhub, all the way to random stuff. And I it'll be fun to chat with him about random stuff for sure, because he always just talk about only cigars so far. So let's drag him to one of these things. So I plan to do every Wednesday and Saturdays. I try to do it Mondays before, and turns out there's a lot of sports game and nobody can make it. So yeah, Wednesday and Saturdays. And then we can have a fun time talking about random stuff. I'm looking for another question so we can give away another cigars. But first, let me write down who I owe the cigars to, so I know. All right. But let's try to keep it PG-17 when he goes on. So when he goes on, let's try to keep Pornhub out of this chat, so he won't be like, "What are you guys talking about? This? What did I get myself into?" Right? So let's do this. Yeah, that's one of his first video, right, Chris? The Pharaoh in the Pants video is one of his first videos. When he started the Cigars Daily, you should go check it out. It's funny. All right, let's give away another cigar. PG-17. All right, here we go. Trivial questions. You guys ready? You're looking for if you're hiding, it's time for you to surface. What category should we ask the question? Choose a category. Random question for 500. Ooh, this might be good. All right. You guys ready? I got a question for you guys. And just as a heads up, I usually try to send out the cigar as soon as I can. But if you guys already watch enough video and see me in the trading phone, I really hate to go USPS now. So let's if I owe you a cigar, if you don't get it in a week, message me. But usually I'll try to do that beforehand. This is historical, but I think it will take some people a little bit googling to find out. So it's not gonna be World War. It's a popular culture. Oh, you want to do cars? I can do cars, but I think most people is gonna get it wrong. If you want to do cars, I don't even need to look at the questions. But I have a question right here. You guys ready? If you're ready, press 1. Type 1 if you're ready. See how many people is on. Type 1 when you're ready for this question. And after this one, we should wrap it up at 11. So type 1 when you're ready. Whew. Two, 4, 6, 8, 9. Why 9 people? How many in the chat room? Alright, so I think everybody's ready. Okay, here's the question. Ready? The question is what record label did Michael Jackson's first record recorded on? What record label did Michael Jackson's first record recorded on? What record label did Michael Jackson's first record recorded on? And this would be a random cigar out of my humidor. I would just put my hand there and grab. So yes, the answer is Steeltown. Most people is gonna do Motown, and Motown is not correct. Motown is the record label they went after. They went after Steeltown. Steeltown did not last. They signed with Motown, but technically the first one they signed was Motown, but the first one was Steeltown. So Sam, go ahead and PM me. Go ahead and PM me. I was gonna ask which song that he first did the moonwalk, but I think that one's too easy. So yeah, Steeltown is the answer. That was a historical question. Michael Jackson is important enough to be history. He's the king of pop. So, can you PM me right now so that I actually have it and write it down? So yes, today's winner is Elvis and Sam. And I will send out random cigars sometime next week, hopefully. So sometime next week, we will send out a cigar. Yeah, see, Billie Jean is the first one with the moonwalk, and that would be too easy. You know, if I asked that question, it would be way too easy, because everybody probably watched it at one point when he did the moonwalk video, which wasn't in the choreograph when they first started at their rehearsal. Now, I am a Michael Jackson fan. I am a Michael Jackson fan. I love the songs. So that shows how, that give away my age. Oh my god, I'm old. Yeah. So Sam, make sure PM me right away so I have the information to put it together. All right. So, oh my god, we're so close. We're 57 subscribers. We're 3 short of 60. I have to keep getting more better cigars to give away. That's a problem. I had to figure that out. And just so you guys know, I am going to the event December 8th in Davidoff in New York. And that means when I come back, I'll have some Davidoff to give out as part of the giveaway. So you want Davidoff? Make sure you come in and I'll give away Davidoffs. Davidoffs. If we hit 100, I'll give away a good stick of Davidoff for sure. Probably something like let's see, what can I give away? So if you guys can get more people to join, I will give away Davidoffs. Let's see, Davidoff. Special art? Should I give away special R's? Or should I give away $702s? Maybe I will give away a 702. So if we hit 100, let's give away a 702. Yeah? So if you guys want, we can give away 702. That's like a $20-something cigar. So let's get to 100 subscribers. And oh yeah, by the way, if you guys want to help promote this, make sure you hit a like on the thing, so that enough likes will push it up so that people can find this easily. Because I know that a lot of time I put the link out there, but people can find it. So if you like the video or like the live session, it actually goes up a little bit. I'm not expert in YouTube, so I don't know. If you never had a Davidoff, 702 will be something you definitely want to try. 702, the 2000s, they are like roughly $20. I think they're $18 each. They're not a cigar that will disappoint you for sure. Davidoff has kept its name for this long because they make good cigars. They are medium body. They don't have any light body cigars. They are medium bodies, and they're definitely worth your time. All right. So today's winner is Elvis and Sam. Sam, do you want to just like type in your whole name so I can find you? I don't know if I can find you anywhere here. Is there a specific? Alright, don't worry. We'll give away expensive cigars. That's not a problem. We'll definitely make sure you guys try something good. You know, we'll have a chance to try something good. We're so close. We're so close to be there. I mean, Cigars Daily Group is a lot, thousands of people. So hitting 100 should be nothing. But you know, like this group, subscribe to this group. Make sure also subscribe to Martin's group, Martin's page, because he does a lot of good reviews. So if you know, they help you to try more cigars by giving you an honest review. No, I didn't have it. I think you got someone else. Let me see if I can find you. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can find you. So, Sam, are you wearing a Is that you? Is that you? Yeah, Martin's page, definitely good. I subscribe to his page as well. It's good. So definitely, you want to check him out. I mean, we have a lot of very good people in the Cigar Daily Nation. A lot of them has video channels. I don't do videos. I just do these chat room to have everybody on and we can chat. So if you want to get good informations, go ahead and subscribe to their channel. You get a lot of good informations, and you know, definitely should try it. Did I? Oh my god, 59. Why is that beer game? I don't have beer. I shave. I was so busy in the week that I didn't have chance to shave. So like, you know, early in the week, if you saw any of my picture, I look like a mess. But that's because I had to go through like 1,000 pages of legal documents. Yeah, one more until 60. That means next one I have to give up some good cigars. So Saturday, make sure you be here. I'll give up some good cigars. You know, either I'll give a Lucian Bowl out, if anybody want a Lucian Bowl, or a Davidoff something. 60 is actually a pretty good number. Let's give something good. Alright, so tonight I think I'll end here. Make sure to go post a post, tell Tim to be on the live chat. We're just annoying him, see what happens. And then and make sure to come on Saturday. It's gonna be 9 p.m. Eastern time. So the same time you have today is the same time we're gonna have it. I do the thinking on the questionnaire at random times. So I mean, if you had to leave early, it is what it is. But you know, there's always chance to win something. I'm gonna try to be flexible, right? So have a good night, everybody. It's 11 here. I will sign off today, and I will see you guys on Facebook. And make sure to check out Martin again. Shameless plug. I love it. And and make sure to you know, have fun on Cigars Daily Nation, and we'll chat again on Saturday. All right. Have a good night, everybody. And I will send out these cigars as soon as I can. Good night.